In the excitement of around New Year's, you guys might have missed that Otto Audio has released the Lead based virtual instrument VST. Now, according to their website, it says none heavier. And the draw to this is that apparently it's the lowest tuned bass DI, their recordings, their sample recordings, ever recorded, ever done for a VST. Doesn't really tell you a whole lot other than that. I mean, you get some pictures and you get a price point. And that's pretty much it. That's literally their page of what it looks like when you go to their website. So today we're going to look at what do you actually get. I'm using the 14-day free trial version demo. Shout out. Appreciate that. So we're just going to roll through it and do a little overview. So jumping over to Reaper, I've got it loaded up. I will say it takes quite a hot minute to load this thing in, and it does use iLock. So keep that in mind. So if you look over here on the right side, you will see that it has a bunch of different articulations. You'll have sustain, sustain down pick, chugs, chug down pick, harmonics, tremolo, slide up, slide down, bends, and an effects rack. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire effects rack, but just know that it does some things. Before we play any audio, a little preface here. I've nothing on this chain. We have the Lead VST itself, and then over on the master, I just have it down 1 dB to avoid clipping, and I have nothing else. So it's just dry audio from the VST. That being said, I have put some stuff on the MIDI roll so that we can hear what it sounds like, and I've gone ahead and put it to its lowest tuning. Looking at the MIDI roll over here, the lowest tune that I could get it to go to was G flat 0, is all the way down here. So that's where I've set it up at. Now on the MIDI roll, we're just going to do some notes that are octaves. Do, 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 do. All right, go ahead and hit play now. And then it's going to get faster from there. But that's the lowest note that I can get it to go to. So if you're one of those metal guys that really wants to just program the bass at drop G negative infinity, you've got it. That's kind of the big draw here. Now these are recordings, sampled play through the VST here. So it is a natural recorded bass tone based off whichever bass guitar they decided to play it on and whoever played it. So that's the sounds that you're going to get. And we're going to go and roll through the articulations. Now, to preface this even further, you have cab sims. So I'm sure these are IRs, cab sims. They're all off now. So you're just getting the instrument noise or the DI noise. And then we can go in and check out the cabs. But as far as your articulations go, they're all right here. As far as your buttons and knobs and fancy doodads go, they're all right here. Do not hit this button. Just don't hit this button unless you want to reload the entire VST, because that's what it does. And then for me, it takes like 3 or 4 minutes to get sound going again, and it's computer intensive. I don't know why. It could be because I have the free trial version, but I don't know. Just don't hit that. If you got it set for aggressive and that's what you want, stick with that. If you got it set on natural and that's what you want, stay there forever. That being said, let's go ahead and roll into it and see what it sounds like. Here's your sustain. Nice sustain down pick. Good. Here's your chugs. Not bad. Chug down pick. All right, here's where it gets interesting. You have harmonics, right? Now, if you notice the piano roll at the bottom of the VST is going to light up. You get more room down here because you're going to super dumb caveman low settings. But on harmonics, obviously, you're not going to harmonic G flat 0 because what are you harmonizing off of, right? But you'll have these options here. Right. Then you get to tremolo. Some of your trem picking is a little bit higher as well. Right. So you get trem picking, which is one I don't usually see a lot. You'll have a slide up. Then you have a slide down. You'll have the bends. And I haven't figured out how to get it to work yet, but there is a pitch bend section here, which I guess allows you to bend more. And then you have effects. Again, I'm not going to go through all their effects, but just know that it plays different sound effects. It's not like changes the effect of the entirety of the guitar. It's just different sound effects. So that being said, I'm going to go back to sustain down pick, which is what I'm going to use for most things except for super dumb chug chug parts, which we'll go to chug down pick for that. But now we're going to go through the cabs. So again, one more time with no cabs. Cab 1. Cab 2. And now cab 3. All right. So those are your IR cab loaders that you get. You get 3 options. You can tell that it definitely gives you a little bit of the more sub room. You get the tone and everything versus the straight DI, which is if you have them off. Now, I'm sure you could take this and plug this into a couple of other VSTs, growler, SansAmp, whatever your bass preamp is, and just run it from there. But this is the tone that you get from the VST by itself. And we've kind of gone through all of the articulation stuff. Now, for the guys that automate, I don't automate much, but you have plenty of automation options. So you guys can go ahead and have a field day going from, you know, harmonics, chug chug sounds, slides. You can put all of that in, and it's going to give you more of a realistic bass sound. So if you have a bass centric piece of music, you get a lot more options. That's one of the big draws. The other big draw is that it goes dumb dumb low. Everybody like that. Everybody knows the lower, the slower, the better, more heavy, but that's as far as you can go. Now, I'm not saying you can't get that kind of tuning out of, you know, some pitch modulation software and some other stuff, but this is just naturally the sound of the bass guitar tuned that low. A couple of things I like was all the options and how low it goes. Good. It does sound very clear, sounds like a bass. You get string noise, you get natural sounds. Things I don't like, it takes forever to switch, man. I mean, if you wanted to switch to that natural tone here, reload the whole VST and it bogs down my computer bad. Again, I don't know if that's just because of I have the 14-day trial version and it's just like reloading everything every time and safety checks or something. Not sure. It's a little slow. It's a little computer intensive. Sometimes you like start the MIDI roll and then it kind of takes a second to catch up, but is what it is. In the next video, if you guys hit the subscribe button, you'll get alerts and all that. But if you guys come back for the next one, we're going to compare this, which is the lead bass, to a free bass, which is Circuit. So Circuit, another bass MIDI VST, but it's free 99. This one, 189 not on sale. It is currently on sale for 159. Again, I don't work for them. I don't have anything to do with them. I will leave you guys a link down in the description if this is something that you guys want to pick up. No pressure. I don't get anything out of it. Do what you want to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay metal.